I'm Giancarlo Bodoni. I'm the ADCC 2022 88 kilogram champion.
Thank you so much for everything. Thank you so much.
And we're at Tim Kennedy's Jiu Jitsu Academy here in Cedar Park, Texas. Gordon Ryan is essentially like the perfect storm in terms of a jiu-jitsu athlete, because he encompasses three different elements, which is the technical element. He's extremely well-rounded and very, very precise in every position. Like every single thing that he does is very calculated. He understands how to react accordingly depending upon, okay, if he's in this position, if the guy does A, I do this. If the guy does B, I do this. If the guy does C, I do this. He knows every single response that he's going to get, and he reacts accordingly. So he's able to anticipate his opponent's reaction. He's able to react and respond accordingly, just based on his knowledge and his ability to actually perform and use his skills on his opponent. And he can do that from pretty much any position. And in addition to that, he's not just positionally like that. He's that way in submissions as well. So he can do that positionally. He can dominate people positionally. He can dominate people in submissions, and he's incredibly precise from every position. And he just knows more than all of his opponents. So the technical aspect he has down better than anybody. Then you add in the tactical aspect. A lot of people think of him as just a submission-oriented fighter, but he's incredibly knowledgeable when it comes down to tactics and techniques for specific rule sets. So whether he's competing in a submission-only rule set, whether it's an ADCC rule set or an IBJJF or an EBI, he understands the rule set very well, and therefore he can take his very wide array of skills and knowledge, and he can use them. He can use his knowledge and he can apply that to specific tactics based upon the rule sets. So there's never going to be a specific rule set. A lot of people, will say that, okay, he's only a submission fighter, he only wants to fight submission only, but you've seen that over the course of his career that he has wins in ADCC, he has wins in IBJJF, he has wins in EBI, he has wins in submission only, and no time limit matches. So clearly his technical skill level crosses over to all rule sets. And that's due in part to his understanding of tactics and understanding of how he can use his jiu-jitsu in different rule sets in the most efficient way possible. And then obviously he's a professional athlete, so he's also able to be physically imposing on his opponents. He's very strong physically, very good isometric strength. He knows how to apply his strength, and he's very efficient in using it. And that's due in part to, at that level, realistically, everybody's very physically strong. So it's not like he's levels stronger than most people, but he is very, very strong. He's able to impose himself physically. But when you combine all three of these elements together, it makes it so that it's almost like it's the perfect storm. It's an athlete that is able to do everything. He's able to play top, he's able to play bottom, he's able to play submission, he's able to play scrambles, and he's able to use that across a wide array of rule sets. UFC is by far the biggest brand in combat sports, and it's one of the biggest brands in sports in general. And so for jiu-jitsu to be associated with a brand like that has done so much for mixed martial arts and just martial arts in general, it's provided martial artists from various different backgrounds, not just jiu-jitsu. And it started with jiu-jitsu, but not jiu-jitsu, kickboxing, Muay Thai, all sorts of different backgrounds, to be able to make a living through combat sports. I think it's huge for jiu-jitsu. It's a huge brand that's supporting our sport, and I'm super happy to be a part of it.
So we're here at Terry Black's. Mo just got to town, and he loves Terry Black. So whenever Mo's in town, we come and we eat at Terry Black's. So we have the team here. We have Marigali, we have Gary, a couple other guys for dinner. We're going to go home, get ready for morning training tomorrow, and then to finish out the camp and head to Vegas. Oh, that's like they're this big. I'm like, oh, get me two.
No. One minute.
One more brisket sandwich here. That's huge.
So good. No, it's not.
She's like, oh, look at them. They're only this big.
No, we can't.
They're almost like a half pound.
Thanks, and then the biscuit chop. That's it. Thanks, man.
Gordon is the GOAT. Everybody already knows that. He's king. First time I ever saw Gordon pull up here, I fangirled. It was one of the best things I've ever seen in my life. I mean, I was a fan of Gordon before I met him. So having him where I work, place I've worked for the last 6 years, is like a dream come true. It's up there with when Joe Rogan comes in, when people like that come in. Gordon is, he's the real deal. I mean, like he says on his Instagram, if you're nice to him, he's gonna be nice to you. He's always been genuine. Him and Sonny are great people, and I hope they come here forever. I mean, like I told him before, we use nothing but salt and pepper, so it's good on his stomach. Hopefully we can feed him through every fight camp he goes to.
What's up, guys? Just finished our last training session over here at Roca. We're about to head over to Vegas now, finish up the camp at UFC PI, and then compete on the 15th. Prep has been good, not great. My stomach's been acting up, but I think I have more than enough camp time and volume and things I've been working on to get a submission in this match. So hopefully not the best camp I have, but it's also not the worst. So I'm excited to go out there and put on a show for the fans. So I came back. We had a four-week camp. The second I came back, I was sick for like a week with COVID. I think I had COVID. I'm pretty sure it was COVID. And then the second COVID got better, my stomach started acting up again, and then I lost like another 5 days. So I basically had like a 2-week camp. But I'm finishing out the camp strong, peaking strong, and should be ready to go.